where the magic happens. Conversations flow and the laughter snapping. Here at Netters Network, where the stories come alive. Every episode's a journey, every guest a drive. Netters Network, tune in for the show, where the headlines meet the heart, and we all get to know. From the highs to the lows, we've got it all in tow. Netters Network, where the world's on the go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Netters Network Thursday Things. Oops. And as my producer rearranges people...
There we go. That's a little bit better.
It's like, Troy wanted to be front and center.
I want to start out with the patron of the night.
Wow.
RubyHoove, thank you so much, with 5 gifted Netters Network memberships going to.
Oh, my goodness.
Crazy. Thank you very much. Crazy Horse 1985. Fletcher Williams, I Suck at Games channel. Me and my monkey. Andrea Black, welcome back to membership. And Joe's Atmosphere, the king of sharing out the streams, which we hope that all of you will do. And RubyHoove herself is celebrating 3 months of membership. Thank you so much, RubyHoove. You said you were doing well yesterday. I hope you're still doing well today. I hope you are feeling great, and I hope the mister is well as well.
As well as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm normally not on camera on Netters Network, but she said since we have such a wonderful guest, if I'm good and I don't talk too much, I could be on camera.
See, I'm not allowed to show my face on YouTube right now, so.
Oh, yeah, right. So you're kind of cheating by having like a picture of you, right?
I'm canceled. No, I mean, I could be on if I wanted to. I'm in my night mode right now, so I'm just kind of chilling. Yeah, I'm just kind of chilling.
I'm in my pajamas. No one can tell.
Boy, you guys are both into the physical media, aren't you? My goodness. I mean, I do like fairness,
to get physical.
That's my collection too. Just saying.
Yeah, this is...
Yes.
We've
She's
got
borrowing
about, I want to say about 1,500.
No, according to Illinois law, half of it belongs to her. So, anyway, sorry.
Of course, I want to start off by introducing my co-host for the evening, the guy you only usually see on his own channel, the love of my life, Troy Pacelli. How you doing tonight, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
I am just having a root beer tonight because, like I said, I got to be good. Otherwise, you're going to kick me off the channel. So
yeah, it's a root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Made from roots.
Made from roots. From real roots.
And, of course, I am drinking my Polar brand seltzer water black cherry.
Not a sponsored stream. Yet.
I wish they would sponsor me. This is stuff is all I drink.
I know.
And before I introduce our guest for tonight, that you're all in anticipation for, let me quickly say hello to the chat.
Hello to the chat.
So first we have Lady Myst, who, let's see, do I have my... Okay. A lot of times it takes off my timestamps, and it makes me nuts. She was here at 6:43 p.m.
2 hours ago. My gosh.
2 hours ago, yes. Lady Myst was like one of my biggest cheerleaders, and she's always here early, always dropping the pretty hearts and flowers for me. Thank you, sweetie.
She's also an incredible blue wrench because she says hi to me as well. But, but also she drops the link to Midnight's Edge After Dark, which is also in the description below. So make sure you are following that channel so that when it is back up and monetized, you can support it.
Absolutely. I also have in the description below the link to Tom's X as well as Tom's PayPal.
Yep.
Next up is Big Al Presents saying, hello, my friends. Have a great show tonight. We definitely will. Excuse me. We also have Barry the Musician Man, or the Music Man, sorry.
Yeah,
saying,
you know,
"Hi,
like
everybody."
76 trombones.
Yes. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you in here before. And then, of course, we have Midnight's Edge After Dark say, oops, wrong time.
I know, we're in the same time zone. Usually it's the people that are in different time zones that gets the
I'm so
time.
used to that I think that's the way I read it, like for some reason. Because
I
Netter
get it.
actually
No,
was
I
nice
get it,
enough
'cause-
to put Central, because most people just say it's at 8 o'clock. It's like, is that Eastern,
And you're like,
Central?
what time zone are you in? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we always say 9 Central, 10 Eastern, because some people are like, Central? It's like 10 Eastern?
I think I
Eastern,
combined
yeah,
the two.
So you show up at 8:30. There you go.
I mean, I even shut things down on my channel early. Not that it mattered much, but I wasn't planning on going as long as we did anyway. But I was like, oh, I got to get out of here for Netter's thing, and then I get over here, and I'm like, oh shit, it's like not for an hour. So
Well, better. You know, they say better late than never. I say better early than late. You know.
Yes. I also want to say hello to Brian Barth at 9051. Don't believe I've seen you here before either, so welcome to the stream.
My mom went to school with someone named Brian Barth. Wonder if you happen to know my mom.
Jesse Picardo saying hello there. Then, of course, there's that Netter's girl saying hi to that Troy guy.
I love you too.
And also, like, share, subscribe, become a member, leave a comment, gift a membership.
Or gift a
if you are
membership
so
like
inclined.
RubyHoove did.
Yes, absolutely. I know I saw other names here. I'm trying not
You say
to
Jesse
let
Green?
I just got there.
Gotcha.
Jesse Green saying hello to me and hello to Tom. You don't get a hello. And there's Troy saying hi to Lady Myst.
I said hi to everybody.
I see. Is there one here for me?
No,
I don't see a one
because
for
I figured
me.
I'm sitting right across from you. We're almost knee to knee here. So,
see, you got that one. There we go. Deleted scenes with his salute. How you doing,
salute.
sweetie?
Yeah, right after this stream, we are going to chauffeur you over to his channel for his coming attractions. So
absolutely,
don't go anywhere afterwards.
We also have Fletcher Williams in the house. And I'm trying to drop my hi, sweeties, as I'm going along. Oh, I just lost my place. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a gifted membership.
That's fine. He's been here before.
Deleted. Okay, deleted is also saying hey to his chat and to like, share, subscribe, become a member, and gift a membership. Tim Hayes, how you doing, sweetie?
Hey there, Tim. Good to see you.
Saying hello. H Boomer. Hey, Boomer.
Good to see you.
Let's see. Making sure I'm not missing anybody. If I do miss somebody, please let me know.
RubyHoove says, we're good. Thank you. Glad to hear it.
I just want to say hello to Marks47. Show your feet, Tom. Everyone likes 3 feet. Or are you wearing footy pajamas?
Let's just assume he's wearing footy pajamas, okay? Just to be on the safe side.
Works for me.
Oh, man,
Scrolling.
you guys. And then FKHC 2005, also known as
Remonetize
Tim?
me to YouTube.
Exactly. And Andrea Black, good to see you.
And
She's thanking RubyHoove for her membership.
Yep, you're now a member again. And I think that brings me down to the bottom of
it does.
The chatty chats.
So,
I want to introduce to you one of my favorite guests, because I've had him on before, Tom Connors. How are you doing tonight, Tom? And what are you sipping on?
Sundrop as usual, like I shouldn't be.
That's fair.
Soda.
I won't tell Mexican Iron Man.
He's driving right now, so
okay.
Who knows if he's listening.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So introductions, as if he needed any.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so of course, Tom Connors of Midnight's Edge, Midnight's Edge After Dark, Mead Radio. Am I missing any? You also guest on so many other streams in our sphere.
I just need an OnlyFans at this point.
No, I say at our age now, it's more like ornery fans.
I like that.
But yeah, no, people would probably be pretty disappointed with if we did OnlyFans. Just no.
I know some people are into that.
Well,
I was gonna say I don't know about that.
Yeah, I guess. What is that? One of the internet rules. There's a
Rule
prawn
32
for
or
everything
4 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh gosh! Oh my gosh!
Lester,
good to see you, my friend.
Member for 11 months. Says,
That's
hope
right.
you all are well as Christmas Loom's been plugging away at life. Free
Tom. So for some reason on this platform, whenever you do multiple O's, they come up as the singing fish. So whatever.
I'm cool with that.
Rule 34. Thank you. I knew someone would know it.
Yeah.
But yes, and so as I happen to be a member of Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. Can't be a member of Mead Radio, but whenever I'm listening, I drop a tip because I'm one of those old-fashioned guys. I like to, make requests like in the old days.
Absolutely.
But so I get up one morning. First thing I do is I check my email to see if I got any nasty grams from YouTube, which I often do. This stream cannot be monetized because, our algorithms say you're using copywritten music that you have contested 250 times in the past already because you have a license to use it.
You use a single note that no one can ever recognize. So, you can't be monetized.
So I wasn't surprised when I saw something come up from YouTube, and it says your membership to Midnight's Edge After Dark has been suspended. And I'm like, the heck? Well, I got up late that day, so I had time to go and see that you had already posted a little bit about it on X or something. So I was not, but still,
it was a shock. Yeah.
But would you like to fill in those that are listening with what happened, as far as you know it?
I mean, you kind of touched on the basics, but I mean, from what I could surmise, because they didn't really give me any specifics, I just went on a week and a day ago, to post my Ninja Turtles review for the 4K Blu-rays, and when I went to monetize it, I realized that I was no longer monetized, and I checked my message that was in my message thing, and it just said your channel had been demonetized because it was related to another channel that was demonetized for reused content. Now, I have like a handful of channels that are all kind of connected to the same Google account, but I only have 2 of them that are actually technically monetized, and this other one is literally like 15 years old or more, and it's been fairly inactive for the last 8 years because as soon as I became part of Midnight's Edge, I pretty much abandoned it. And it has been demonetized a few times over, but then every once in a while they'll let me reapply again, so I would. But I've made like nothing on it for the last few years. Like literally it's made like $4, so it's not even like enough for them to pay out. But anyhow, the other day I guess they decided to demonetize it again. This time the excuse was reused content. Now the thing about reused content is I can't find a clear definition of what that is. Because I'm trying to figure out how that is any different than a copyright claim, a copyright strike. And that's the other thing. We already have 10 things to cover copyright, right? So I'm assuming this must have to do with posting other people's videos, which is, none of that is true, right? Like any of the stuff that has been posted on there would fall under copyright claim. So like,
and they would probably say specifically.
Exactly. So I'm still trying to figure out what is this quote unquote reused content.
Okay.
Right.
I have not had this happen to me yet, but I have talked with some people who have had this situation, and I can share with you what their theory was.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I can get is theories, right? Like, yeah. So
I don't know how good it is, but for a while, I think like Stone Loki was one. Somebody else had floated this out, a concern that things like if you are using the same, and I haven't run into this problem at all because I have the same opening for each show. I have mostly the same closing credits for each show. And the speculation was maybe that's what it is. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's just a normal format for a show to have a standard opening. But some people seem to believe that might be it. But yes, if they can't tell you what it is, how are you supposed to say, yeah, that's my fault, I'll fix it, or, no, screw it, I'll, go do Uber or something. I mean,
Yeah, or you are completely wrong. That's my own content that I'm able to use because it's my own content.
Right. Yeah, because that's the funny thing about the channel is like a good 90 to 80% of it is literally like my old, like there's some stuff on there from like when I was in high school. Yeah. There's some old short films and stuff I did in there, like in college age years. Like it's all stuff from like years and years ago. Like I said, I eventually did post like some making ofs and trailers and other things here and there. And they either got claimed or taken down or whatever over the years. But I've not done anything over there. Like the last few things I posted were like things that I had done with my former partner that were like trailers and concept animations to kind of help us sell one of his scripts. So like I'm still stretching to try and figure out what this quote unquote reused content is that wouldn't be just considered a copyright claim / strike, or the other side of it is anything that I have done on there has been transformative. And as if you know, and anybody knows who's a YouTuber, that's the whole point of this stuff, or that's their whole thing about like, you can use certain elements and things of other previous, works of art, but you just have to make it transformative. And of course, for those out there who just may not know what I'm saying is that can be as simple as if you're doing a review, actually talking about the video, talking over it, pausing it, not just watching it, or just, reposting it for, your own, financial gain. Right. There's other things about doing that. Same thing with a music source or a video source if you remix it. Now, of course, with music and of course with video, then you fall into the plausibility of getting a copyright claim at some point. So that's what I'm trying to figure out is what is being covered here that isn't already being covered on YouTube. It almost feels like a law that doesn't even cover anything that doesn't already, that hasn't already been taken care of elsewhere, but it just sounds like some arbitrary bullshit that you could just slam on somebody to say, yup, you're done. And they have zero accountability. None. Doesn't matter that I've worked for them for 8 years, basically, right? Making them money.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, Maria says, even then it's impossible. One of our guys made his own stuff and proved he made it, and they still wouldn't bend.
Yeah, I if I'm not mistaken, didn't Tom Conkle got hit for posting one of his own videos?
Yeah.
Really?
And he's like, it's my video. How
was it something that, and now see, this is where I'm kind of curious how this hasn't fallen apart already at the seams, because you would think sooner or later, one of these content, like things the AI would grab and claim as reused content or whatever, or pull down some channel over copyright claims, and it would end up being a channel that owns this stuff. Because at some point, there's these little loopholes that either it's because it's registered through Amazon or some of these other, streamers for video on demand, and YouTube has it themselves. So like say, I'm wondering if since Tom Conkle already maybe has that movie up or whatever on YouTube for sale, he decided to share it for free, and they decided to come after him for that, for something like that. I can even see that kind of a scenario happening here. But again, what difference does it make? He fucking owns it. Pardon my French, but like, it's come on.
Yeah.
No.
Like, and you would think at some point, like some bigger entity would get nailed with this, and they'd be like, all right, we got to do something about this because CBS or Paramount or somebody, has been getting nailed with shit, and they can't be getting nailed constantly with this stuff. And now their channel's been shut down over the AI, like the AI's run amok. No. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like the AI is directly going after certain people on purpose because it's not taking down any of the channels that actually are bigger or that YouTube actually pays attention to. But sorry, you were going to say something else there. I see where that could happen, but like, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, but just sadly, and I've said this for a long time, I feel like the only way to do anything about this And it's not like anyone's going to get any kind of remuneration. Just the satisfaction of addressing it is, I think, it's going to take a class action suit. You know,
Unfortunately, something like that.
Yeah, and I've every time I bring that up, there's always someone in the chat's like, well, you know, it's in the terms of service and blah 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 blah. I'm like, no, wait a minute. Even terms of service are subject to fairness under the law. If you have a terms of service and you're doing one thing to one person and treating someone else differently, that's illegal. You can't just say, we reserve the right to you know, outlaw anyone that has this kind of content, or anyone who has this skin color, or this, you know, whatever we don't like about them, you know? So, yeah.
There's no accountability on YouTube's behalf. It's kind of like with the whole copyright system, right? Because you and I and everybody who's on here, if Universal or somebody like that decides to come after you for a copyright claim or copyright strike, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
And you may not even get a chance to prove yourself innocent.
Which is absolutely ridiculous that YouTube, as the platform, inserts themselves into that. It's fine if, you know, Bopsu Diddley Incorporated wants to come at me and say, I own that piece of music you used. They should have to take me to court and prove it. They should not, you know, be automatically assumed to be in the right by the platform. That
honestly, that's the way it should work. But YouTube doesn't want to get sucked up into that, so they'll bend over backwards for the studios and the music companies. Which, let's be real, there's 3 music companies, guys.
Right.
And this is another thing that bothers me, is at this point, why hasn't YouTube just made deals with these music companies at this point?
Well, there's that element, but then there's all these, no, I can't use any of those terms. That'll get me canceled. But these companies that are fly-by-nights that go and just put claims on people.
Oh, yeah, that's another part of a problem in the system already, too. Yeah, you're not wrong with that, right? Like, let's say you create something, but they steal your video. If they claim you first, then they're the ones that are, you have to prove that you're innocent, right? Like, it is a bunch of horse shit. And you got people claiming stuff that they never even made just because it never had a claim on it before. Just because maybe they had to post it first or what have you, or they just decide to make some salacious claim on you. And I've had to deal with this. You guys have probably had to deal with this. It feels like just about everybody I've talked to has had to deal with this. Yet this is a problem that YouTube, I don't think, has ever addressed. And if that's what this reused content is supposed to be doing, it's not working.
Right.
Yeah.
At least I can say that when it's a copyright claim, at least you know what they're claiming exactly and who's claiming it. You know, I had done a promo. I was resharing the trailer for Robert James's video. What was it? 15 days? 15
days.
Yeah, 15 days. His movie that he made and is on Tubi and whatnot. I got hit for the music, and I contacted him about it. He sent me all the paperwork. He said, this is your authorization. You just share this with YouTube. I sent it to YouTube. YouTube doesn't even bother paying attention to any of that. They come back and they say, good news, your what do you do when there's a claim and you argue against it? Your
appeal.
Appeal. Your appeal was found in your favor because the
claimant
didn't do anything. I'm like, that's the reason? It had nothing. It should have been immediate as soon as you saw the evidence. If you're going to insert yourself that way, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, they don't do anything. Not really.
You know, I'm like the Google queen.
Yes, you are.
So I just, for spits and giggles, Googled for YouTube, what is reused content, to see if it would tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I got back on YouTube, reused content is material not clearly your own, lacking significant original commentary, editing, or educational value, often involving re-uploading or compiling others' work like compilations, clips, or royalty-free music without transformation.
Okay, so here's what I want to say to that, okay? That's, like you said, it sounds like it's similar to a copyright claim, But with a copyright claim, at least they tell you exactly what point on what video with, whatever.
How is it any different though? Like, I'm listening to that description, I'm going, that's a copyright claim.
But what's different is they're not telling you what it is, not even what stream it was on or what video, let alone, exactly where.
Yeah, but that realize that covers like cover songs. That a cover song would fall into that category. The thing YouTube was fucking built on.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Remix videos is what you like. This is what I don't understand. And what you read there, Netter, is like, it's driving me insane and giving me a fucking headache because I'm going, what you just described to me is exactly what I was just saying 10 minutes ago, is that we already have all these things in place that we don't understand as it is, but they're there and we deal with them already with the copyright claim and strike system. And now you're just telling me what the hell YouTube has been telling us for years, that this is how you get around copyright claims and strikes. What you just read to me is the exact description of what they tell you to do usually to avoid copyright claims, is to make it quote unquote your own content in some way. So like, in other words, they're just saying exactly what you're saying, is like, you're just re-uploading copyrighted material or somebody else's video, which there was already stops for that in place. Right? We've had that happen to us, especially on Midnight's Edge, where people will literally just re-upload our videos and make a channel that looks exactly like Midnight's Edge. Only it's, got one or two little different things in the name here and there to where they got away with it. All we had to do was report those in the past to YouTube. Boom, they were gone.
Right.
Why all of a sudden do we need this?
Well,
it's fishy as is what it is.
No, you're absolutely right. What's even worse is the lack of communication. All they got to do is say, you know what? It's for this video, this video, this video, just like they do with a copyright claim. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So nothing they can do would already be unpunished already by a copyright claim. To me, like I said, this just seems like some made up law that they just made that they could throw at you if they don't really like you. Right? Like, and I know a lot of people have said, oh, the system is broke with the AI. I said, maybe not. I said, maybe what we see as bugs, they see as features.
Exactly. And then you got Tim Hayes. He's saying class action needs to happen ASAP. I agree, but here's the other thing.
Getting enough people together would be an issue, yeah.
Exactly. Unfortunately, the problem with things like this, the reason that the situation got taken care of on X was because Elon Musk got ticked off and decided to buy the company. It usually takes, like you said, a big roller to say, you know what, that's it. We're going after him. Now, look, I've been following the news, for some time now. That whole Epic versus Google thing, that was a class action lawsuit that now is starting to pay out. Again, I would imagine anyone who's getting anything out of that is getting pennies on the dollar. It's more just satisfaction than it is having won any kind of lawsuit.
Oh no, this is not, like, let's be real about this. This is something that's probably losing YouTube money, but in the long run, they're seeing it. Like I said, this is not a bug for them. I can see that already. Like, because look at all the channels that are being taken down. It's never anything like, a benign channel that you've never heard of, but that's popular with, the mainstream audience, right? It's always one of the more like channels that lean into stuff like Midnight's Edge After Dark and so on. So like I said, don't think this isn't like, this feels very, very like, I don't want to put too many words on it because we are on the exact platform, but it's suspicious as hell. I will say that it seems calculated in some ways. And I'm an easy target, right? Like I'm a target like a lot of the other targets I've seen. Some of them I can't believe because they are bigger channels and they're like going, I had this, 300,000 or some cases, I think you've even seen some that have 1 million subscribers and they still lost their entire channel and YouTube did F all, right? Like, so don't tell me that there's not something going down, because if you think that there was nothing wrong with they wouldn't go, oh, well, I'm sorry about that. You have 1 million subscriber channel. Oh shit. Because that's a big deal for them.
Yeah.
They already claim they don't make any money, which I find is horse crap.
Wait,
but I've said this a million times before. All you got to do is tell us what we can and cannot do. Why is that so damned hard? And I think that would make it so much easier for them on the other end to sell ads. Because then we could go through and say, look, I'm going to say the F word, I'm going to say the C word, and I'm going to say the Q word. And if that's going to be a problem for Purina, well, then I guess Purina's not going to add on here. But you know what? Burger King don't give a crap. So Burger King is going to put ads on my video. So as long as I can go through there and say, I'm going to say this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, which that system is technically already in place there. Like, I don't know why they're not utilizing that. That would make so much sense just to tell us you can't say all you have to do is say you can't say, you have to keep it broadcast friendly. And I think 90% of the people on the platform would totally understand that and be able to adhere to it without issue. Yeah, but putting some AI cop in place is not going to help the system either.
Here's the other problem.
Huh? Thomas, I sent you an article I found on X. I sent it to you on X. Part of the Google thing that I did is YouTube Help. FAQ, right. Reuse content, and YouTube's partner program.
He's probably seen that already.
We've heard feedback that could be hard to understand some of our policies we have for monetizing in our YouTube partner program, and our reuse content policy in particular has raised some questions. Hopefully this FAQ makes it a little bit clearer. A lot of it is the same things I had just read previously, but it does go into a little bit more detail. So I gave you the link if you want to read it over and see if there's something there that might be able to help.
Yeah, and I see again.
AI is not an issue.
Yeah, I'm just reading this list here, and it's like, how does this not covered in copyright claims already? And the one that really stands out to me already is promotion of other people's content, even if you have permission, is in parentheses. Collection of songs from different artists, even if you have their permissions. So this is like safeguarded, like I said, this is
no sense.
Yeah, like it's like an arbitrary law that they can just throw at you.
That's just ridiculous. So let me put on my tinfoil hat for a second. Give me some grace here. Go with me on this. Tell me what you think. We've just gotten word. I think I heard it on WDW Pro, or maybe I heard it on Midnight's Edge. I'm not sure. Talking about the Oscars moving to YouTube. Could
Probably
it be
both. We talked about it earlier tonight too. Yeah.
Okay. So could it be, do you think, that maybe YouTube is trying to push people out and just cater to what would be the equivalent of what used to be studios and networks and stuff?
I suspect, or I mean, I really have to be careful how I say this probably. I have heard other people discuss this. I don't think it's an impossibility.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. There's something to what you're saying, I think. This sudden shift and change in the YouTube atmosphere really feels like it's benefiting and gearing towards a more, we want to be this kind of a streamer now, not this kind of streamer.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then fine, let us know. But you can't just change that overnight and expect a lot of people to not have a problem with that. Or come up with a selected alternative.
Let's face it, we're all patrons of it too. We watch other content on here.
Yeah.
And you push me off, I'll find another option. I'll just stop following stuff on YouTube. I'll find something else to do.
And if you all want to help out Tom, because together we grow, and I know that you are all not just my sweeties, but you are family, I've pinned to the top of the chat Tom's PayPal link. So if you have a couple bucks you can send his way, please do so.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't take a third of it when you do that. Just saying. I mean,
that's a benefit of that. Yeah. And I tried to do a Venmo and a Cash App thing. I couldn't figure out Venmo and Cash App. Unfortunately, I had issues with the pass with. So, yeah.
So a question that I'd been planning to ask you tonight, didn't know. So I had said to you, I think, during one of your streams, I said, as soon as I saw your membership came down, didn't know how else to support you. So I went and I joined your Patreon. Are you promoting your Patreon? Are you suggesting that that's the way you like people to support you on a regular, ongoing basis?
We do still have it. Like, so basically you sending it there will benefit the channel. At least it will benefit Midnight's Edge, I should say, because Andre kind of just handles all that stuff. But we basically, what we've done is just kind of conglomerated what we do for the members on the channels over here with what we do over there. We just do that way You know, there's no like, oh, I got to go to this other thing to get this extra content that I don't get over here or anything like that. So we've tried to do our best to make that as synergistic, or how we want to put it, in sync with each other.
Yeah.
You know, so in that part, so like, yeah, no, that's a viable option as well. So yeah, you can go ahead and do it that way. I don't know. I don't even know how much, you know, Patreon takes anymore, or how that works. I know some people
I heard it's less than YouTube. Just recently, I've heard a couple of channels that I follow. One channel that I follow is dropping their Patreon and going to YouTube membership, and I'm like, good luck with that. I'm not so sure.
And I've had a lot of people.
Sorry, Nate said that his old channel, Nate on Netflix, has theme music that was created by his son. And the first video he uploaded, someone tried to copyright strike the music.
Nice.
Copyright strike the music your son made himself.
Not surprised. I've had... I just say, I think everybody's run into one of those where you've had basically what's the equivalent of a scammer come in and try to claim some music that they clearly didn't do. And even in a case like that, like, because you can try to say to YouTube, well, they don't own it. And it's like, well, do you own it? Well, luckily you do in that case, because it's your son's.
Right.
But you have to still somehow try to find a way to prove it now. That's the problem, right? Like, you're stuck in this position that makes no sense. It's like, we don't have the power over things like that. That's the other thing, is how you kind of already know that there's a us and a them, because we don't have the options to go after people and do the things that the bigger studios and networks and other places have to come after us, right? Because I've talked, you know, CC Karaoke, if you don't know if you're familiar with him, and the issue that he recently had where he had to take down all the Universal music. Because he's like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure sometime if you have him on, he'll probably gladly fill you on what he can say on that.
Right.
But that was a long and sordid ordeal that he's still dealing with. So, like, I know a lot of people have dealt with this. I can't pretend that my case is worse than anybody else's. In fact, I'm fortunate that I have the main channel to lean on. And yes, this has been a big impact to my finances, but due to the fact that you guys have been here for me, I don't think it's going to be as bad as it could be. So I have not, you know, had any major meltdowns or panic attacks yet. So fortunately for that, and it is, you know, the worst time of the year for them to pull this crap on somebody, you know, and I get it. A lot of people are in yeah, you know, and not only that, I mean, I know a lot of people are in really rough shape right now. So it's like, I don't expect anybody to help me financially. In fact, you know, if you can, I'm humbled and blessed that people have been, like, you guys have been able to send off whatever you have. And I hope I'm not putting a dent in your wallet or taking presents away from anybody, because to me, that's more important right now.
Well, no, but think about it. Think about it from my perspective, Tom. Like I said, I was already a member on your channel. I was, you know, I had budgeted to be a member of your channel to support. That goes away. I'm like, well, I got to find, you know, some other option then to support you. Now, this was something you said, and I want to question you on this. You had said, okay, if you're a member, go ahead and cancel your membership. I don't want YouTube, you know, like taking your money when I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I wasn't clear on how that worked exactly.
YouTube specifically said in the note that they sent me, I should have had it up so I could.
I was going to say, somebody else told me about
your
what
membership has been suspended. You will not be charged until or unless membership monetization is restored to the channel.
See, I was told by a couple folks that it was different, but they must have changed that or something like that.
Yeah, I figured I was just going to leave it and see if they do charge me. And, you know, if they do charge me, I'll check with you and see if you were remonetized. But if not, then I'll cancel it. But I'm not going to cancel it, because my hope is, so like when I get a copyright claim and I contest it, it goes into escrow. So any monies for that video, you know, I end up getting later, just, you know, once it's all cleared up. Hopefully the same kind of thing happens to you. The membership, if I was charged, the membership is in escrow and it goes to you.
Well, that would be the logical thing to do, but do you really think YouTube's going to do that?
Well, no, I take that there's another, if it's logical, if it's suspended, they're not going to charge me during the suspension. So yeah, you probably wouldn't get that, but then I wouldn't get charged either. I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone.
No, it seems like they're doing the best to make sure that I don't make any money at this period of time,
I guess.
And like, that's the other side of it. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's normally, like, if say somebody did a copyright claim, the monies that would normally go for the video would go in an escrow until they decide who is in the right or who's in the wrong or whatever. In this case, as far as I know, there's no money being collected on my end. So if you're seeing ads on any of our videos, YouTube is getting all that money.
That's always been the case. And that's what I've been saying all along about, you know, you got to have 1,000 subscribers and so many watch hours and this and that. Well, then you have no business playing ads on my stuff, making money off of my effort until and unless you are going to monetize me.
Yeah.
That's not the way it works, but that's the way it should work.
And what sucks for me is I've uploaded one of my most popular videos in a while that wasn't a live stream.
Yeah.
The day that this happened, right? Like,
yeah.
It really sucks because, I mean, I'm not saying I would have made a fortune off that video, but it would have been nice.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It may not have even paid for the movies. I doubt that, right? Like, because let's be real. Like, when I first started doing this, and a lot of folks who did it before, even Midnight's Edge, when I first started, it's weird because as small as we were back then, it almost felt like we were doing better when we were 50, 60, under 100,000 subscriber channel as compared to what we are now. But that's just because of the way the squeeze has been on YouTube. And notice they keep shoving more ads down y'all's throats. We're seeing less and less money the more ads they show. That's where none of this is making sense. Or that's all we're making is literal sense.
This is why I feel so strongly, at least for my channel, my supporters. If you're, again, got to be careful how I say this. If you're not watching the ads, I don't mind, because I barely see any of that money anyway. Yeah. The only way I'm making any money is if you are supporting me directly, you know, whether that's by a PayPal link, you know, in the description below, or as a member, or super chat, super tips. Or is that, no, what are they called? Is that what, super thanks? You know, nobody uses super thanks, but you know, I think it might also be a few. Whoever mentions it, you know, you're always talking about super chats or memberships. You never think to mention super thanks.
It's true.
Come back and leave a comment. If you're watching on the rerun and you feel like you want to leave a tip, give a super thanks. You know, I'll have to work that into my streams when I do that. And honestly,
I see Tim says that he's had ads on his videos too. Yeah.
And I get ads on my stuff. Yeah.
And he's under 500 subs as well.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's not fair because you know, look, I there's got to be a labor law, even if they have their terms of service, even if you're on their platform, all this kind of stuff, making money off of somebody else's work and effort, there's got to be a standard law related to that, you know. But
you would think, but yeah, no, it's funky how that.
I don't have the money
for them to do. I don't get it, but
this, you know?
Well, that's the other thing about doing a lawsuit, right? Like, unless there is enough of us to get together and do some kind of a class lawsuit, you got to be somebody who's already financially sound enough to go after Google, right? Like, and you're like basically there. That's like taking on 10 Goliaths, and you're just David, right? Like, I mean, that's an impossible feat for anybody, just about. I think there's like 1 or 2 YouTubers who are trying to go through the system right now to do this.
I'm not even talking about employee law, Lester.
No, but yeah.
I'm talking about even as a contractor, you do work for somebody, they make money off of it, they owe you for that. That is just standard labor law.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I mean, there's kind of loopholes and gray areas about this, and I mean, he's not wrong. We're technically not employees of YouTube or Google, for that matter. We're more or less freelance,
more like a
contractors in a way, but that's the thing, it's a one-way contract.
Yes, exactly. That I don't get to negotiate. Hell, I can't
don't even get to see.
I don't even get to see the contract. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to see certain aspects of it, and you know, like what Netter's brought up here, like that's what drives me nuts about that thing. I'm reading that thing going, this makes absolutely no sense. This feels some like weird law, like some, you know, weird country would, like North Korea would make. That you already have 10 laws that cover, but this is just another one just to cover your extra bases, just in case somebody tries to slip through the cracks somehow. You know, it's like, This is just insane. But
Like,
I hope it's sorted out soon. But yeah,
it's like you got a fee for doing this. You got a fee for doing that. You got a fee for doing that. And then you got the multiple fee. It's like crying out loud. Just nickel and dime me to death here. And then don't even get me started about the concept of because we're talking about this with the Warner Brothers sale, antitrust laws. What other game in town is there besides YouTube? Don't tell me Rumble. Rumble is not a viable
or
option.
Twitch. No, not really. No, really.
I don't know much about Twitch to speak to that, but my understanding is that it works really different and it's really for a different kind of content.
Well, and Amazon had the right idea for a while, but I think they handled it very poorly, and that was because I don't think anybody really knew how to access it or get on there, because for a while there they had it to where you could basically load your stuff up on Amazon Prime just like you could on YouTube. And I thought that was brilliant, but they didn't do a very good job with it. And they really didn't try to entice us over there because there was no real, I couldn't understand any monetary system there. I couldn't even figure out how to get on there and start uploading our stuff. So it was like, it felt like there was this huge, fence you had to get over.
That's the impression that I got, what Tim is saying. Twitch is mainly for video games.
That too, yeah.
That's the impression I got.
And thank you very much to Nate for the gifted membership. Welcome back to Membership Outlaw Bill. Oh, by the way,
Hey, Bill, how you been?
My gifted membership for Netters Network is about to expire. And YouTube's asking me if I want to renew that. I'm like, yeah, I can understand.
If I want a happy marriage, I do.
Well, it's like Netter said that to me too. She's like, "Should I renew my membership?" I'm like, "No. All you'd be doing is giving money to YouTube."
Well, that's what I hate to say is like, if I was monetized, I would be like, actually the fucked up part is that YouTube Premium actually pays us better than the ads ever do. And I don't even know how that works out because you guys are only paying in like what, 10, 15, because I had it years ago, so I don't even know what it is anymore. And you don't have to watch any ads. That's the beauty of that part. And I'm not sitting here trying to sell it to anybody, but the upside is, besides, not getting the ads and all the other perks that it has, is that the YouTubers you do watch actually make a lot more off of your view than any, probably, I would have to say now, probably 30 to 50 views get off of the ads. It seems like, because they actually had a place for it I used to be able to go to. I don't know if it's still there or not because I haven't checked it out in a while. Where it actually showed like the amount you made, and it would have the amount from premium members, and that amount generally would be a large chunk of your video. If not, it would surpass the ads sometimes, depending on how many people were watching it. So yeah, like that can be actually pretty beneficial to both parties. But I hate to sound like I'm selling it for YouTube right now, considering the situation I'm in. But yeah, 15. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips is asking if you might ever like to be on his channel. Why don't you?
Sure, hit me up in a private DM, and we'll try to work something
him
out.
on X. Yeah, his X is in the description below. So
I think he has me on X, and I think I saw a thing where you were posting something in a group.
He posted one of those groups in
I would have made it, but I think I saw the thing late and
shares out each other's streams and whatnot. I try to do the best that I can. You know who else is really good? And I think he's just a great guy. You know him better than I do. Script Doctor, always sharing out when he sees somebody's gone live. Hey, go check out this person's stream and that person's stream. I'm like, this guy is like, he deserves special
he's like a brother
in heaven.
And I don't even know his real name.
Yeah, same here. I was on.
I've never asked him though, because I'm one of those type of people where I would screw up and probably call him his real name at some point on the stream if I did.
Exactly. I think I shared this with you one time. Agent Boomer and I have been streaming together for years, and in the backdrop, I'm always calling him, Boomer, and he's like, Troy, my name is, and he says, and I'm like, yeah, of course I do. But I don't want to, Clark Kent, you're Superman. I'll screw up and say it. And he's like,
well, it's tough enough when I know like certain people's names already, and it's like, I got to try and just get that out of my head. So like even when I have them in my phone or when I talk to them offline, I try to generally just keep that going, even if I know their real name, because And most of them understand that, and they appreciate it because they know why I'm doing it, because I am just like that. Like, kind of autistic or whatever, to where sometimes shit just falls out of my mouth if you guys haven't figured it out. Like, so I mean, I don't want to screw up and be like, say somebody's name and be like, I'm sorry I said your name. Like, yeah, that's a real dick move.
Well, you know what speaking of, you know, not the opposite of dick move, I want to talk about, so what have you got coming up? Now, I already understand you're working with Andre on the Midnight's Edge and so forth, but what projects are you currently working on, and what you will be looking forward to?
He's been cracking the whip on me lately. I got to get this Constantine video done.
Okay.
That I've had for a while for the anniversary. Full disclosure, I had started working on this. Is like one of those things that happens to people in our sphere when you work on videos like this. And I ended up moving everything at some point for the video. I thought I had it all in one place, and now it's gone. Like, I can't find any of it except for a few random things. So I have to basically start from scratch. So a quarter of the video that I had done has gone. And so I'm like, I was just devastated by it. So I've had this thing where I'm just like, I don't even want to look at it right now.
I get it. I
literally got less than 2 weeks to get it done. So
Tim Hayes has been after me to get my my regular standalone videos going more often, because all I do is live stream, and he's been enjoying. I did a video about the Kenner Star Wars Cantina play sets over the years, and I've got at least 2 more videos in that series I want to get done. I have a script.
Star Wars explosion all over our house.
Yeah, we do. For all the B-roll and everything. I've got a script written. Then the holidays started, and I was doing everything for the holidays, and then I'm like, where's that script? Where the hell is it? Luckily, in Word, you can look back,
your history,
documents you did yesterday, that you did a week ago, a month ago. Oh, there it is. I'm like, why the hell did I save it there? And I was able to bring it back, but I totally get what you're saying. But
people rag on me about saving things to my desktop, and so I can find them again.
Yeah,
that's where I have most of my stuff, and then I move it, and then I lose it. So yeah, what I must have doing is either, because I thought what I had done is this thing through my program where it put all the files together that I was using, and I don't know what it did. It might have deleted them all, because I'm like, I can't find a single one of them, and I generally don't delete anything, right? Because I'm at that point now where I got to start getting some more memory, or not memory stick, but the portable hard drives, so I can move all my stuff on there so I can make room for new stuff. And then I'll get aggravated because all the stuff I had before is gone, because that's kind of how I got my system down. But yeah, so like that's just been devastating. So that's something I definitely got to get done before the end of the year. There's a few other projects that I know we're definitely kind of working on in the wings. I'm going to be trying to... Boy, it's going to be a fun one, but I've got to figure out a way. I kind of have an idea of how I'm going to do it. We're going to do Night of the Living Dead at some point, because the movie itself is public domain, but the music is not.
Right.
So I have programs to do it, but I don't. I'm talking like CC Karaoke to try to figure it all out, where you could basically strip the audio out and separate it into stems. Yep. And so what I'm going to do then is take out all the music, write my own score, like I did for Nosferatu, which is going to be a little more difficult. And I know it sounds weird because you're like, wait a minute, it'd be less music, right? Yes, it will be less music, but it has to be more scene and specific to certain things compared to Nosferatu, where Nosferatu was just sweeping long music pieces because it's a silent film.
Right.
Doing a standard score is a little bit more different. So that's going to take me a little while longer. Plus, at the same time while I'm doing that, I'll probably remix the sound and surround sound. So, there'll be a little bit of a cool thing for that. But other than that, I won't alter the movie at all. Besides that, it'll just be new music, and that's it.
Speaking of,
hold on, Tom, have you tried searching your PC? Like if I want to search mine, I go to the start menu, PC, and then I put in the title, and it searches your entire hard drive.
Yeah, and that's the oddball thing, is all the files are gone, right? Like, it's like they're gone. Yeah.
Oh,
and so I think whatever I did to try and conglomerate them all into one file, I think when I did that, it just ended up deleting them all. or something, or tried to put them into some cloud, and I don't know where to get it.
Yes, Tim. Oftentimes, music is the big problem. I have speculated. People know that
It's because it's all stock music from what do you call it?
People know that I'm a big fan of the Star Wars Holiday Special, and I've gotten a lot of people asking me, well, if Disney is putting out stuff like this, and they put out the Chewbacca action figure, from Life Day in the Life Day robes, and they've got all kinds of holiday special related stuff that they're selling. Why don't they release it? I said, I'll bet you they can't, because of like the Starship music and the Diane Carroll song and stuff like that.
Real quick, I want to interrupt and say congratulations to Geek Flag with Nate and his lovely wife.
Happy anniversary.
Is their 24th wedding anniversary.
Yep.
Muzzle tov.
25 next year. That's what, silver?
Holy crap. Yeah.
There you go. Isn't that wonderful?
I'm envious.
That is.
Yeah, me and Troy are 33 years.
33.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're old timers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she got
What did you guys do? Get married when you were 6? Jesus.
I was 21. I had just.
Yeah.
Our first date, I hadn't turned 21 yet. She took me to a bar, and I'm like, please don't let them card me. I kid you not. Hand to God. And they didn't. They didn't card me, so I got lucky. But I did have to tell her, look, I'm not 21. There's an age difference here. Do you have a problem with it? And she's like, do you? I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, then.
Yeah,
relax.
I'm older than him.
Relax. But
there you go.
So you do not have to answer this directly. If you don't want to,
25% gay.
No. That's easy stuff these days. No. I was going back to projects you're working on. Speaking of that Nosferatu project, I love that so much. I am constantly sending people, of all the versions of Nosferatu out there, go check out Midnight's Edge. It's out there on the YouTube. Go watch it there.
I appreciate that.
Are you so you mentioned that you are working on Night of the Living Dead.
We're in the very preliminary stages of it. Yeah.
You got any others that might be in that hopper that might be
well,
more
like up until this reused content, well, not a silent one. We were going to do Wizard of Oz. We had an old silent version of that.
Oh.
And both times we just seemed to miss the window, and I tried to do a score for it. I just couldn't get it to work.
Gotcha.
And then the other one we have in the hopper in the background right now, and it kind of has us worried a little bit about reused content because there's nothing in it that causes any copyright claims, because I have it up on Midnight's Edge After Dark technically already, and that is Little Shop of Horrors. The original one, not
the original with Jack Nicholson.
Yes, the Roger Corman one, yeah.
Right.
And so I've thought about that one. So there's nothing we really have to alter in it, but now I'm worried about the reused content bit. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I shouldn't do something with it. But I think that one had an original score, so I don't know if people will want me to mess with that one. Because I put both the colorized and the black and white version up on the channel, and I think, funnily enough, the colorized version actually got more views. But it's not a horrible one. Like, I got to admit, in the last few years, they've gotten pretty good with the technology to colorize some of these films.
Yeah,
like, there's very few giveaways anymore that I'm like, oh, that's colorized. Like, compared to what it used to be. Yeah.
Back in the Turner days, you looked at something and you saw the color like over, black shading. And it was like, it looked like you took crayon and colored over.
Yes. Or cellophane or something.
Yeah, and that's why Orson Welles said, make sure Ted Turner keeps his crayons off my effing movie.
I did not know that. I
don't know if he actually said it or not, but that is the rumor, is that because when Ted Turner got a bunch of, because he bought, like the MGM catalog, he bought like the RKO catalog and a bunch of other stuff. So that's how they got Warner Brothers ended up eventually winding up with Citizen Kane because of that. And at the time Ted had it, and his quote, I guess, was, just make sure he keeps his gall darn effing crayons off my movie. Like, because that was his baby, right? So
yeah, exactly. I was just thinking, I mean, I would love just throwing this out there. No pressure, but if you were to do like Phantom of the Opera the way you guys did Nosferatu,
That's one that's in the hopper. I know
I
that.
would
I'm
love to see
trying to
that.
remember. Do I have that? I know I have a few different versions of that. I'm trying to remember which one I have that is in the public domain, and I think that's one Andre's mentioned.
Yeah.
The Lon Chaney is in public domain, isn't it? The music might not be, but the
one of
actual
them is. I'm
film.
not remembering. Can't remember because I think one came out 1914. I think it was somewhere in there. There's
That one would predate the Lon Chaney version.
Unless I'm getting the year wrong.
No. Maybe you're right.
Because there was one that they did, and then there was the Lon Chaney one. I think is that the one that they did the color sections for, or is that the older one?
No, the first color one that I'm aware of was Claude Rains.
Okay, so no, what they did was, because I have a Blu-ray with this on it, they actually did a bunch of the dance sequences in two-color Technicolor. They were lost for years, and they just recently uncovered them, like within the last couple decades here. And so they're on the Blu-ray there, and you can watch. I can't remember if you can watch them in the movie reinserted. I think you can.
Interesting.
But so for years, otherwise, the only version that had been available was just a straight black and white version.
Straight black and white, right.
And I can't remember if Lon Chaney's in that version or not. I'm trying to remember now. I'd have to go grab it off the shelf. 25, is that the one it is, Tim? Tim would know. Yeah, most prints are the 29 release. And see, I think they did, and that might be what it is. I'm trying to remember. Tim would know this then. So now that two color print, was that in the re-release that they did that? The ball sequence, did they recolor that? Or did they do that for the re-release? Sequence, or was that in the original version and then the re-release is when they lost it? I'm trying to remember. It was one or the other. Yeah, because you'd be surprised. Like, I know most people falsely think that Wizard of Oz was the first movie shot in color. It's like, no. No. In fact, it's funny because most people don't even know this, but you know where they got that idea from to do that in the MGM film? Do you guys know?
No.
There was an old cartoon of Wizard of Oz that did that already. That's why they took that idea from there. So it was like, yeah. So it was like it was kind of like, you know how when Superman, they just started borrowing things from different places.
Yeah,
so by the time they did the MGM Wizard of Oz, there was already so many things out in the public that they just started already plucking things. But to us, those things are so lost in time, we never saw them. But I saw that one day when I saw that old animated Wizard of Oz short, and it starts in black and white, and then all of a sudden it goes to color after this, when she gets to Oz, and I'm like, whoa, they did this first?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And also, the color in film, although it wasn't the first, it was relatively new.
It was the most popular at the time as far as
and that was why
selling the color.
For example, the ruby slippers instead of silver, because they wanted them to really pop against the yellow brick
road.
And
I guess even the green, the specific shade of green that the witch is even copyrighted, because I guess I learned that through this Wicked nonsense.
Oh, not only that, the specific color of blue and the pattern in the gingham
on Dorothy's dress,
dress is all copywritten. Yeah.
Can you copyright a pattern?
Well, the reason, the reason that this matters is because when the people were doing Wicked, both the musical and now the movie, they could not run afoul of those. It's
kind of similar to the Universal monsters. That's a good example.
They wanted to make a nod to it without actually stepping over any copyrights. But yeah, so anyway, I guess getting back to...
Yeah, so basically to explain that, what it is MGM, anything they altered and made specifically for their version, they own the copyright too. So that's the parts that they can say, oh no, we own that, you can't use that. The Ruby Slippers.
If it's not a copyright, it's a trademark.
Because, it's a trademark, yeah.
Yeah, for example, the bolts in the neck, the flathead.
I was just going to say, the Universal's a great example of that, because if you'll notice, like a lot of times, sure, you can do Frankenstein or Dracula because they're public domain. What you can't do is make one that looks like the Universal version, because they will sue you. They own the green / flat-headed, like you said, bolts.
Yep.
They specifically did things that were different from the book so they could copyright it.
Speaking of the green, do you know why? Oh, as a matter of fact, I got him right here. Do you know why Frank is green when the original Frankenstein movie was in black and white?
I believe it was because, I'm trying to think. I think he was green on the poster.
Yes, it was a tint on the poster. Kind of like the way they used to tint black and white films. Although Universal didn't do that with this, but the old silent films had tinting. Well, because you just did it.
The Nosferatu thing.
Thing.
And I'm thinking about having Andre do that for Night of the Living Dead as well. Like, I'm thinking of having him come up with some kind of color pattern, see if that's kind of another unique way we can get around the YouTube problem.
Neat. That's kind of a neat nod to the silent era. That would be really, really cool.
And I'm thinking about, because I could probably use the 4K scan that's out there, but I have an old 35 millimeter scratched up like grindhouse version of it too. I could put that. I could do both actually, probably.
That would be kind of neat. That would be neat.
But yeah, it's something that's going to probably be either next year or the year after. But like in the next year, I'm trying to think of what we have for anniversaries. I'll have to look into. Shoot, I didn't know that I didn't know that was 1925. They did the Phantom of the Opera. We should have done that this year. Maybe we'll have to come back around to it for the 29.
There you go.
I'll bring that up to Andre and see what he says.
Anyway, I wanted to ask that because, again, I really want everyone in the chat to make sure you're following still follow Midnight's Edge After Dark. Let's support that channel and just hope that, we can.
I mean, I did have plans for After Dark as well that kind of got put on the back burner for now until this gets sorted out.
Can you use the Midnight's Edge After Dark branding for streams that you could do through Midnight's Edge?
Technically, yes. Like if this doesn't get sorted out in the next couple weeks here, I've already kind of figured after the start of the year, we'll probably do our normal streams time that we do, but we'll just do it on the main channel.
That makes sense.
That way, just there's some consistency there. But at the same time, some people have told me not to change what I'm doing over on After Dark, so I might not. I might just continue to go over there, and as long as, the PayPal thing works for a while or whatever, I hate it, but because I feel like a beggar, but it's like, that's all I can do right now other than just keep
I do it on
YouTube,
every stream. I talk about, my goals and all this kind of stuff, and I have no problem with it because I feel like the old PBS pledge drives, which I used to do back when I was in high school. We would go during Doctor Who, and we would answer the phones. And
one of our first dates was at a PBS pledge drive.
Yeah, we were all in Star Trek uniforms. Not that we were doing anything Star Trek.
And I still have a videotape where they were scanning the crowd of us answering phones, and I had asked Troy to answer my phone because I forgot to put it on silent while I was writing up one of the pledge tickets. So he took the call from me. He had just hung up. I said, "Oh, thank you," and I turned and kissed him on the cheek just as they
focused in on us, just by random chance. It was funny, but anyway. So guys, I want to make sure you guys understand what's going on. All of us in the YouTube sphere are dealing with this kind of stuff, and we've got to rally whenever one of our own is. I hope you don't mind me considering you one of our own.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, we're all part of the, you guys are, I know you guys are being humble about it, but like I was saying before with the whole donation thing, that means a lot, but also it means more is the signal boosting, right? Keep bugging YouTube.
Exactly.
The more we bug YouTube, the more they have to pay attention. Eventually they will. Because that's the other thing that some of the other bigger YouTubers told me in this time, in the last week or so here that I have, had so many reach out to me. I'm not going to name names, but I mean, you guys could probably take a few guesses at who some of them are. And a lot of them, that's the main thing they said, if anything, was just keep bugging YouTube. Keep tagging Team YouTube. Keep bugging them. So if you haven't noticed, like every day or every other day, I'll make a new post for that reason, because that's the thing they said that the main way to try and get attention on it. And then the other thing they told me was just get my ducks in a row before I send in my appeal. But yeah.
I will then, because I just did it the first day on X, but tagging YouTube and Team YouTube, but I'll make that a part of my daily routine now.
You don't have to, but again, like everybody who has so far, it's made enough of a difference that they finally had to respond to whether it was automated or not. But
Good.
I mean, normally those responses come pretty quickly. I was surprised it took almost a week. So, and of course, they haven't responded or reached out to me in any other way since.
Well,
so, yeah.
I think if nothing else, I should start responding to that, sharing it out as a member of the channel. I'm a member of this channel. I love this channel. I want to support this channel. What are you doing here, YouTube?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, I posted another message from somebody who was a member who said the same basic thing. They wanted some answers, and I basically said that to YouTube. My paying member wants some answers, right? And you keep X amount of their money, so 30% in most cases. So, like, yeah, I think you owe them.
I'm a customer then, so you need to. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Is there anything else you'd like to let people know? Say, before we wrap up tonight.
This has been fun. I wish there was other things we could have talked about that were a little bit more. Fun.
I'm sorry, that was what we wanted to focus on.
No, and that's totally cool.
We can have you back
totally
for
cool.
more fun stuff.
No, it's totally cool. I just feel like, it's just, I hate being like a Debbie Downer in the room, like with this whole thing. It's like, and again, I could be in a lot worse shape, so I can't pretend that I'm in, the shape that some YouTubers have been in, where they've had much bigger channels that have been shut down, and it's clearly their only income, right? Like, I mean, we're already in a situation where we have to take these ads and stuff as it is. Now, don't get me wrong, some of them we actually do get behind. Like, we use Surfshark. Andre and I both actually take the supplements. I just started doing the ones, so and I've noticed a bit of a difference. So that may come up in the future. So it's not like we don't use some of these things, but at the same time, we wish we didn't have to. Yeah. But even that's gotten to the point where we can barely pay the bills. So yeah. So Belt Loop. No, the channel itself wasn't shut down, but they demonetized it. Yeah. So it's yeah. It luckily is still there, at least, because I know some people have had this happen where their entire channel has been just wiped out. Just to be clear,
it was Midnight's Edge After Dark.
Yes, not the main channel.
Edge is still,
Fortunately, those two channels are separate from each other, so yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
But, yes, like Troy was saying, this is why we wanted you on tonight, so we can talk about this, get the word out, how much YouTube sucks, see what support we can get for you, because my community here, we're family. And we always show the love. So, one of our family members needs help, we try to do everything we can to help them.
Yeah. So, don't want to we're already running over, and I want to get us all over to Deleted Scenes channel for his weekly update. Anything we need to, we got Last Call tomorrow night. I got Liquid Lunch to tell you what I'll be drinking tomorrow night on Last Call. Yeah. Saturday, we're over on Big Al's
channel
for the Muppet Christmas. Of course, Sunday is Geeky Geezers. And do you have a guest lined up for next week? Or what? Next week is Christmas.
Yes.
Next week is Christmas. So listen in on Liquid Lunch and keep an eye on the community tab. We will tell you what Netter and I are doing Thursday night and all day Friday. We will be broadcasting. If you're at your family's house, put us up on the put our Cosme link up on the big screen. We'll be watching some Christmas.
And what's interesting is this year all the holidays fell on a Thursday. Thanksgiving is always on Thursday.
Yeah.
But now Christmas is a Thursday. New Year's is a Thursday.
I was going to say that's just because it's just fortunate to sync up because Christmas and New Year's are always on the same day. But yeah, you're right. Just so happened to be a Thursday this year.
I hadn't noticed that before, but
it's because they're always exactly, was it 2 weeks apart or week apart? Week apart. Exactly a week apart.
Yeah, it's like Troy's birthday and my birthday always fall on the same day of the week.
Yep. Welcome, Sashi. We're just wrapping up, but we're going to be going over to YouTube Police 29. Welcome. We are going to show for you over now to Deleted Scenes channel, so you can find out what he's got going on this week. Let's do a raid. Say hi to him for us, and that's all from us. Guys,
Thanks for having me.
Take us out, Netter.
Yep, because y'all know what I always say. We can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun. But it's so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat, and you're dropping the comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in our family room. We're passing the popcorn and having a great time, except for tonight when we were talking about something a little bit more serious. But, you guys, you're not just our friends. You're our family. And I appreciate how much you guys show the love. For our guest tonight, if you want to help show the love, I've pinned the link to his PayPal to the top of the chat. And I just want to thank you all for being here. And like I said, being a part of our family and just being so Osmo. You guys are just so amazing. So thank you again for being here. Stay right here to be redirected to Deleted's channel. But before we say goodbye and log off, I want to say hello. I want to say thank you to Lady Myst for the $2 Farty Fox. I love my Farty Fox.
Me too.
And Geek Flag also for the $2 Farty Fox.
Farty Fox.
Thank you guys. I love the Farty Fox. And like I said, stay right here and you'll be redirected to Deleted Scenes channel. But until next time, good night and God bless.
Network, and it's all for